welcome to another episode of Bible Stories with Isabella Jane
and Rosie, and oh look, and Sadie.
This is our German Shepherd Sadie. So this is a very, very cool story this week. We are doing a story about a girl in the Bible. A really, really cool girl. It's probably one of my favorite characters in the Bible, one of the coolest stories, and I'm so excited for you to hear it.
Okay, well, let's go. What's it about?
Well, it's in the book of Esther. Now, can you guess what our main character's name is?
No.
I feel like this is the third time we've done this, Rosie. It's in the book of Esther. Esther?
Yes, I heard you.
It's Esther.
Esther. Is her name Esther?
Yes. Her name is Esther. So Rosie, at the time, a long time ago, the king was lonely and he wanted a queen.
So this is like a romance story.
Kind of. So all the girls around were getting ready to become queens, including Esther. You see, our main character, Esther, was raised by her cousin Mordecai, and she was raised to be a wonderful woman of God.
And was she?
She was. She was also beautiful and fair and gentle, and our king fell in love with her.
And did she become the queen?
Yep, she became the queen, but before she did, her cousin Mordecai advised her to hide her faith from the king.
Oh no! Why?
We'll see in just a little bit. So in the meantime, Mordecai actually heard of some people plotting to kill the king.
Oh no! Did he tell the king?
Well, he told Esther to tell the king. And the king's life was spared. He was saved. So the people plotting to kill him were arrested and put away, and Mordecai's name was put into the records book.
And did he get anything?
No, he didn't get any rewards.
Oh no.
So, our king had an evil sidekick.
The plot thickens. I like this story. Who was the evil sidekick?
His name was Haman, and he was a horrible, horrible man who hated God's people.
Oh no. So what happened?
Well, as Haman became more powerful, he actually ordered everyone to bow down to him.
And did they?
Yes, except for Mordecai. He refused.
And what did Haman do?
Well, Haman got very, very angry and hated Mordecai.
So Haman became Hateman.
So Rosie, this hate was bubbling inside of Haman.
Hateman.
Bubbling inside of Hateman. And he devised a plan to trick the king into having all the Jews killed.
Oh no, that the king doesn't know that his wife is a Jew too.
Yeah, and now I think you can imagine, Rosie, that now that this law has been signed, Esther, our main character, would have been very afraid for her life to go and tell the king the truth and tell him who she was.
So what did she do?
She devised a plan. She prayed for a long time, and she decided that she has to make the king think that it's his idea to stop this.
And did she?
Well, I think that's why this story is so famous, because she held a banquet, and that night we can see how God works in his own way behind the scenes of our own plans, because that night the king couldn't sleep. And he took out the history books and saw the records in his kingdom, and he found Mordecai's name, and he knew exactly who Mordecai was. One, he's the man who saved the king those years back, and two, he was going to get hung by Haman.
So Haman was gonna kill Mordecai.
But this made the king a little bit upset, because he knew that Mordecai had saved his life. So after Esther heard this news, she felt a little bit more comfortable telling the king who she really was.
And did she?
She did.
And did he understand?
He did. And he couldn't reverse the law, but he decided to make a new law that the Jews were allowed to defend themselves.
And did they?
They did indeed, and that's why Esther has gone down in history for being so brave, standing up to the king and saving a nation.
Well, God saved a nation.
Of course. And we learn a few things from the story. We learn that God is sovereign and he has a plan, and sometimes we're put in positions where we don't really think we're meant to be.
Yeah, just like Esther, who was a Jew, being married to a king who wanted to kill the Jews.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Esther thought that this was quite an awkward situation, and why on earth would God put her in this place? But that proves that God has a plan, because she was used as such a big tool. So everyone watching and Rosie, remember that when we are put in hard situations that we feel that we can't handle, or that we may be out of our depths, remember that our God is greater. Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God.
Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other.
God, you are healer,